Well, it seems our favorite game Among Us, our favorite social game to sit there and pick out who the imposter is, has violated some laws and they were forced to change them. I'm probably going to put a picture up on the screen. Can you tell me what has been changed? Do you know what has been violated? I know a few people do because I've been sent this clip from Facebook about a podcast where they're talking about a certain law. Now, in particular, this law dates back a long time. It goes back to war times. And there's been many video games out there, video game developers, that have gotten into trouble. They've gotten cease and desist order over them. Namely, you have games like Doom and Halo, both of which violated this for some time. It's something that has gone through many changes. You've got other games like Prison Architect, which is this big game. There's lots of downloads for that game, so I don't even look at it, but they also violated it. And there's many other games that have been out there in the history of gaming that have just violated this law. And this law comes from the Geneva Convention, and it's something that the world leaders and the world countries all signed, saying this is a universal symbol, and this symbol cannot be used in video games, cannot be used for marketing, cannot be used for anything other than a wartime symbol of the Red Cross. Now, this is something that's not new to me because I've seen this over and over again, but it is very surprising to a lot of people out there when they don't realize that when you're making a video game, you're not allowed to actually use these symbols in the video game. You're not allowed to use them in marketing, and that is what it is. The Canadian Red Cross even stepped up and had to put out a statement at one point in the history saying, listen, quit using the symbol. It's protected by law worldwide, pretty much. Recently, the misuse of the Red Cross emblem in video games have recently received media attention, but the issue of protecting the Red Cross emblem is not new. Despite the efforts of the Red Cross and Red Crescent movement over many years, the emblem has been improperly displayed by individuals, businesses, and organizations in a vast range of uses, from first aid suppliers through a children's toy. Unfortunately, many people mistakenly assume that the Red Cross is a public domain and can be used by anyone. And this is where we see with Among Us, this is where we see Halo, and this is where we see developers they put on a Red Cross. Now, this is not necessarily people doing this out of the volition of wanting to misuse this symbol. It's kind of a lack of knowing that this symbol is actually protected by law. This isn't a hard symbol to make. This is probably one of the easiest things when you do a video game or when you're making an advertising poster and you have something to do with medical aid in it. This will be a picture that you can easily, you just type it into your computer and suddenly it's there, right? Like, this isn't that hard of a symbol to make or to misuse. And that is part of the education process of this, how the Geneva Convention actually protects it. It says you cannot use this unless it's in a wartime zone. That way people know, and it's recognized globally, that you don't shoot those of the Red Cross. They are there to aid. They don't care your affiliation, either side of a war or whatever. You don't shoot them. You let them be, let them do their job. They will get out. They are not there to turn anything. They are just there to recover and to help those that are in need.
Oh, is it the white flag?
Oh, nearly. Not quite.
Ah!
Is it a first aid?
Is it a red plus sign?
Yes, it is. It is the symbol of the Red Cross.
Really?
So between you, Kip and Ren, you got that one. It is the symbol of the Red Cross. It is just a Red Cross. And a lot of game designers in the past, including the folks from Among Us, have put it on the medical bay or the medical supply in their game. And international law, that symbol must be used for nothing else.
So that little bit of a podcast clip comes from Lateral with Tom Scott. They're a podcast that's on Facebook. If you guys want to go check that out, there's a few things there. That clip was sent to me by a few people, so I felt that the audience here wanted to have a video on the Red Cross and why you cannot use this symbol and why developers have made this symbol. They've used this symbol in many games and had to go go back and change them in a lot of places. Anyway, I'm your proud Canadian Phoenix, Sin Shadow. This has been a short one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again very soon.